Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Matt and Sarah podcast. I am so happy you are here with us today.
Hi, everybody. Yes, welcome. We are really glad you decided to join us. This podcast is made especially for English learners, so don't worry, we speak slowly and clearly just for you.
That's right. And today we have a really fun topic. Sarah, are you ready to tell everyone what we are going to talk about?
I'm so ready. Today, we are going to talk about childhood memories. You know, things that happened when we were children, things we remember from when we were young.
Yes, childhood memories. And this is a really useful topic because in English, when you talk about the past, you use a special grammar form. We will practice that naturally today, together, as we have a real conversation.
Exactly. And before we start, let me explain some important words. The first word is childhood. Childhood is the time when you are a child, when you are young, maybe from 0 to 12 years old. Childhood. Can you say it? Childhood.
Great word. And the second word is memory. A memory is something you remember. It is a picture in your mind from the past. For example, I have a memory of my first day of school. Memory. Mem-o-re.
And the plural is memories. When you have many things you remember, you say memories. I have many good memories from my childhood. Memories.
Perfect. So today, Matt and Sarah are going to share their childhood memories with you. And as we talk, you will learn many useful English words and phrases. You can use these phrases when you talk about your own childhood, too.
Yes, and don't be shy. After you listen, try to think about your own childhood memories. Maybe you can tell a friend, or write in your journal, or even make a short video in English. Practice, practice, practice.
Let's go. Sarah, let's start with something simple. Where did you grow up?
Oh, great question. I grew up in a small town. It was very quiet. There were a lot of trees and a small river near my house. I loved it. It felt very peaceful.
That sounds beautiful. I grew up in a big city. It was loud and busy, but I loved it too. There were always people on the street, music, food, activity everywhere.
Wow, very different from my childhood. So, listeners, notice what we just did. Matt said, I grew up. Grew up, this is the past form of grow up. Grow up means to become older, to become an adult. I grew up in a small town. Where did you grow up?
That's a great phrase to remember. I grew up in... Say the name of your city or town or country. For example, I grew up in London. I grew up in Brazil. I grew up in Tokyo. Can you say that now? Where did you grow up?
We hope you said it out loud. Even if no one is listening, speaking out loud is the best way to practice. Don't be shy. This is your time to learn.
Okay, Sarah, let's go deeper. What is one of your earliest memories? An early memory is one from when you were very, very young.
Let me think. Okay, I remember my grandmother's kitchen. I was maybe 3 or 4 years old. I remember the smell of food cooking. My grandmother made soup every Sunday. Oh, it smelled so good. Even now, when I smell that kind of soup, I think of her.
That is so sweet. Smell is a very powerful thing for memories, right? So Sarah just said, I remember. That is our key phrase today. I remember. And you can add any noun or a verb with ing after it. For example, I remember my grandmother's kitchen. I remember playing outside. I remember my first teacher.
Yes. Listeners, try this. Say, I remember, and finish the sentence. What do you remember from your childhood? Take a moment and think. I remember...
Good. And Matt, what about you? What is an early memory for you?
Wait, did you just ask yourself a question?
Ha, yes, I did. I was getting into the role. Okay, so one of my earliest memories, I remember a big dog. My neighbor had a very big dog. I was scared of it when I was little. Every time I walked past the neighbor's house, I ran. I was so scared.
Oh no, that's so funny, but also a little scary for little Matt. Were you always scared of dogs?
No, not at all. Now I love dogs. I have a dog now, actually. But when I was a child, that dog seemed enormous to me. You know how things seem bigger when you were small?
Oh yes, absolutely. I remember my school. When I was a child, I thought it was a huge building, a huge, enormous building. But when I visited as an adult, it was actually quite small. I was surprised.
That happens to everyone. So here we have another useful word, huge. Huge means very, very big. H-U-G-E, huge. And enormous also means very, very big. Enormous. These two words are synonyms. They mean the same thing.
Great vocabulary. And we also used the word scared. If you are scared, you feel fear. You feel afraid. I was scared of the dark when I was a child. Were you scared of anything, listeners?
That's a great reflection question. Think about it. Were you scared of anything when you were a child? Maybe the dark. Maybe a big animal. Maybe something at school. It is very normal and very human to be scared of things when we are young.
And in English, to talk about feelings in the past, we say I was, not I am. I am scared, that is now. I was scared, that is in the past. I was scared of thunder when I was little. The past form of am is was. Was is a very important word in English.
Let's do a quick repeat after me moment. Listeners, please say these sentences out loud. Ready?
I was happy. I was scared. I was young. I was a child. I was at school.
Great. Those are simple, useful sentences in the past tense. Let's talk about school now. School is something everyone has in common. Every person in the world, or almost every person, has school memories.
Yes, and school memories are usually very vivid. Vivid means clear and strong. If a memory is vivid, you can remember it very well. You can see it like a picture.
Sarah, tell me about your school days. Did you enjoy school?
You know, I have mixed feelings about school. Mixed feelings means I have some good feelings and some bad feelings. Some parts I loved and some parts I did not enjoy so much.
That is very honest. Tell me more.
Okay, I loved my art class. I loved drawing and painting. My art teacher was very kind and encouraging. She always said that my drawings were beautiful, even when they were not very good. I think that helped me to be more confident.
That's wonderful. A good teacher can really change your life, right? I had a teacher like that too, my third grade teacher. Her name was Mrs. Thompson. She was amazing. She made learning feel like a game. Every day was fun in her class. I loved going to school because of her.
See, that is the power of a great teacher. Listeners, let's learn some school vocabulary right now. The first word, teacher. A teacher is the person who teaches you in school. Teacher.
The next word, classroom. A classroom is the room where you study. You sit in a classroom with your teacher and your classmates. Classroom.
And classmates. Classmates are the other students in your class, the people who study with you. They are not exactly your friends, but they can become your friends. They are the people you see every day at school. Classmates.
Great words. Now, let me tell you something funny that I remember about school. One day, I think I was about 8 years old, I forgot to do my homework. And the teacher asked me, "Matt, where's your homework?" And I said, "My dog ate it."
No, you didn't. That is the most classic excuse in the world.
I know, and I didn't even have a dog at the time.
Ha! That is hilarious. So, listeners, an excuse is a reason you give, sometimes a fake reason, for why you did not do something. My dog ate my homework is probably the most famous excuse for not doing homework in English-speaking countries. It's a joke, but many children have actually said it.
And hilarious means very, very funny. If something makes you laugh a lot, you can say that's hilarious. Hilarious.
Okay, Matt, were you a good student? Be honest.
I was okay. I was good in some subjects and not so good in others. I loved history and English class. I was not so good at math. Math was difficult for me.
Oh, me too. I always struggled with math. Struggled means it was hard for me. I struggled with math. But I was good at languages. Languages felt natural and easy for me.
That makes sense. And look at you now. You teach English. Your love of language led you here.
That's true. So, listeners, what subjects did you like at school? Maybe you liked science or sports class or music. Or maybe, like Matt, you liked history. Think about it. What was your favorite subject?
And here's an important phrase. My favorite subject was. Favorite means the one you like the most. My favorite subject was history. My favorite teacher was Mrs. Thompson. My favorite part of school was lunch.
Lunch, that might be the most popular answer.
Let's talk about something really fun. Games and playing. When you were a child, what did you do after school? What did you do on weekends?
Oh, I love this topic. When I was a child, I played outside a lot. We didn't have many video games or phones, so we played in the garden, in the street, with the neighbors' children.
Same here. We played outside all day. Our parents would call us when it was time for dinner, and we would come running.
Yes, and we would say 5 more minutes, and 5 minutes became 2 more hours.
Ha, exactly. So, listeners, notice the phrase Sarah used. When I was a child, I played outside. This is a pattern for talking about regular past activities. When I was a child, I plus a verb in the past. When I was a child, I played football. When I was a child, I watched cartoons. When I was a child, I rode my bicycle.
Great practice. And didn't have is the past negative. Have becomes didn't have in the past negative. I didn't have a mobile phone. I didn't have a car. I didn't have money. I was a child.
Ha, exactly. Now, Matt, what games did you play as a child? What was your favorite game? My favorite game was hide and seek. Do you know hide and seek? One person closes their eyes and counts, and the other people run and hide. Then the person who is counting tries to find everyone. We played this game for hours and hours.
Oh, I love hide and seek. We played that too. And I also loved a game where you jump over a rope. Do you know this game?
Jump rope. Yes, that's a classic.
Yes, jump rope. 2 people hold the rope on each side and spin it, and one person jumps in the middle. It sounds simple, but it's actually quite difficult to do fast.
And great exercise, too. Okay, another important word here. Used to. When we talk about things we did regularly in the past, things we did many times as a habit, we can say used to. For example, I used to play hide and seek. Sarah used to play jump rope. We used to go to the park after school.
Used to is a very useful phrase in English. U-S-E-D-T-O. Used to. It means something was true in the past, but maybe it is not true now. I used to be afraid of dogs, but now I love dogs. I used to wake up very early, but now I sleep until 9.
Sleeping's important, too. Okay, let's try it together. Say, I used to, and finish with something from your childhood. I used to play football. I used to watch cartoons every morning. I used to eat a lot of candy.
Oh, candy. That reminds me. As a child, I loved sweets. Every time I went to the shop with my mother, I asked for candy or chocolate. And sometimes she said yes, and sometimes she said no.
The classic parent answer, we'll see. Do you know this phrase? When you asked your parents for something, they said, we'll see, and that usually meant probably no.
Yes, we'll see is the most famous non-answer from parents everywhere in the world.
Now let's talk about family memories. Family is so important in childhood, right? Our families shape who we are.
Absolutely. Shape here means influence. Your family influences you and makes you who you are. My family shaped me a lot. I come from a big family. I have 3 brothers and 1 sister.
Wow, that is a big family. I come from a smaller family. It was just me, my parents, and my older sister.
And do you have good memories of your family from when you were a child?
So many good memories. The one I love most is our family dinners on Sunday. Every Sunday, we all sat together at the table and ate and talked for hours. My mom cooked a big meal, my dad told stories, my sister and I argued about everything, as sisters and brothers do, but with love.
That sounds really wonderful. In my family, I remember the holidays most. Christmas was magical in my house. My parents put up a Christmas tree, there were lights everywhere, and all of my cousins came to visit. The house was full of noise and laughter and food.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Laughter is the noun form of laugh. When people laugh together, there's laughter. Laughter. It is one of the most beautiful sounds in the world, I think.
I completely agree. And magical, this is a wonderful adjective. If something is magical, it feels special and amazing, almost like a fairy tale. That holiday felt magical.
Let's learn some family vocabulary quickly. You have your mother and father, your parents. Then you have siblings, brothers and sisters. If you have no siblings, you are an only child. An only child is a child without brothers or sisters.
Then you have grandparents, your mother's mother and father, and your father's mother and father, and cousins, the children of your parents' brothers and sisters. Cousins are a little further in the family tree, but often very important.
I had a very close relationship with my grandfather. He used to take me fishing on Saturday mornings. We would wake up very early, before the sun, and go to the lake with our fishing rods. And we almost never caught any fish.
But that was not the point, right?
Exactly. The point was the time together. Sitting by the lake, talking, watching the water. Those are some of my most precious memories. Precious means very valuable and important, not because of money, but because of love.
That is so beautiful, Matt. I think those quiet moments, just being together with someone you love, those are the best memories of all.
Agreed. Listeners, who in your family do you have special memories with? Maybe a grandparent or a parent or a sibling. Think about one memory you have with someone you love.
And here is your phrase to practice. I have a special memory of, or I used to spend time with. For example, I have a special memory of cooking with my grandmother. I used to spend time with my grandfather in the garden.
When we talk about childhood memories, we often feel a special emotion. This emotion is called nostalgia. Nostalgia. Nostalgia.
Nostalgia is the feeling you get when you think about the past and you feel happy, but also a little sad. Happy because the memory is beautiful, a little sad because that time is gone.
It is a bittersweet feeling. Bittersweet. Bitter means a little sad or difficult, and sweet means happy and good. So bittersweet is when something is both good and a little sad at the same time. Childhood memories are often bittersweet.
That is such a perfect word for it. When I think about my grandmother's kitchen, I feel nostalgia. I feel happy because I can almost smell that soup again. But I also feel a little sad because my grandmother is no longer here.
I understand that completely, Sarah. I'm sorry about your grandmother.
Thank you, Matt. She was a wonderful woman. And this is why memories are so important. They keep the people we love alive in our hearts.
That is very true, Sarah. So, listeners, let's talk about feelings and emotions in English. When you think about your childhood, how do you feel? Let's learn some feeling words.
Happy. This is when you feel good and positive. I feel happy when I think about playing outside as a child. Happy.
Nostalgic is that bittersweet feeling about the past. I feel nostalgic when I hear old songs from my childhood. Nostalgic.
Grateful. Grateful means you feel thankful. I feel grateful when I think about my family. Grateful.
Proud means you feel good about something you did or something about you. I feel proud when I remember the first time I learned to ride a bicycle. Proud.
And sad is when you feel unhappy. Sometimes I feel a little sad when I think that childhood is over, but then I feel grateful for the beautiful memories.
Great vocabulary. Now let's put these feelings into sentences. The structure is I feel when I think about or I felt when I was a child. Let's practice.
I feel happy when I think about my grandmother's soup. I felt proud when I won a drawing competition at school. I felt nervous on my first day of school.
I feel nostalgic when I hear old cartoons. I felt excited on Christmas morning. I felt scared when I saw that big dog.
Poor little Matt. Okay, listeners, now it is your turn. Think of one feeling and one childhood memory. Put them together. Say it out loud. What do you feel when you think about your childhood?
We're getting close to the end of today's episode, but before we finish, let's review all the key phrases and vocabulary we learned today. Are you ready, Sarah?
Ready. And listeners, this is a great moment to take notes if you haven't already, or you can listen again from the beginning after this review.
Number 1, I grew up in. Use this to say where you are from. I grew up in Sao Paulo. I grew up in Paris. I grew up in a small village.
Number 2, I remember. Use this to introduce a memory. I remember my first day of school. I remember playing with my cousins. I remember my teacher's face.
Number 3, when I was a child, I. Use this to talk about regular past activities. When I was a child, I played football. When I was a child, I woke up very early.
Number 4, I used to, for habits and routines in the past. I used to eat a lot of candy. I used to walk to school every day. I used to be afraid of the dark.
Number 5, I was scared of, or I was happy when. Use was plus an adjective to describe past feelings. I was scared of the neighbor's dog. I was happy during the school holidays.
Number 6, I felt when, for describing emotions connected to a memory. I felt proud when I got a good grade. I felt nervous before the school play.
Number 7, my favorite was, for talking about preferences in the past. My favorite subject was history. My favorite holiday was Christmas. My favorite game was hide and seek.
And number 8, I have a special memory of, a beautiful phrase to introduce an important memory. I have a special memory of Sunday dinners with my family. I have a special memory of my grandfather taking me fishing.
These 8 phrases are your tools for talking about childhood memories in English. Keep them, practice them, use them. Okay, Sarah, we're almost at the end. Before we say goodbye, I want to ask you one final question. If you could go back to one moment in your childhood, just one moment, which moment would it be?
Oh, that is such a hard question. Okay, I think I would go back to a summer afternoon when I was about 7 years old. My whole family was together. My parents, my brothers and sister, my grandparents. We were all sitting in the garden. The sun was warm. Someone was playing music. My grandmother brought out food. Everyone was laughing and talking. Nothing special was happening. It was just a normal afternoon. But it was perfect. I felt completely safe and happy and loved.
That is so beautiful, Sarah. That made me feel emotional just listening to it. What about you, Matt? What moment would you go back to? I think I would go back to a Saturday morning with my grandfather at the lake. I was maybe 9 or 10. We didn't catch any fish, as usual, but my grandfather told me a story about his own childhood, about growing up, about his dreams when he was young. I remember feeling like I understood him as a real person, not just as my grandfather. That was a very special moment. I felt close to him in a way I can't really describe.
Those are the moments that stay with us forever, aren't they? Not the big events, but the quiet, ordinary moments full of connection.
Exactly. And I think that's a beautiful way to end today's episode. Childhood memories are precious. They're a part of who we are.
And now, listeners, you have the English tools to share your own memories. You can talk about where you grew up, what you used to do, what you felt, and who you remember with love.
So, here's your homework for today. Yes, homework, but fun homework. Tell someone, a friend, a family member, or even yourself in a mirror, one childhood memory in English. Use the phrases we practiced today. Start with, when I was a child, I used to, or I have a special memory of, and go from there.
And if you want more practice, listen to this episode again. The second time you listen, you will understand even more. Your brain is amazing. It learns more every time.
That is so true. Language learning takes time, and every minute you spend listening and practicing is making you better. We believe in you.
We really do. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. It means a lot to have you here.
If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend who is also learning English. And if you have a question or a comment, we would love to hear from you. You can find us online. Just search for the Matt and Sarah Podcast.
Take care of yourself, keep practicing, and remember, every big journey starts with small steps. Your English is getting better every single day.
See you next time.
Goodbye, everyone. Until next time, keep learning, keep smiling, and keep speaking English.